This video is going to go over some of the exercises that you absolutely should be able to do in headstand and should really push yourself in because they are a lower center of gravity inversion where you have a decent amount of surface area on the ground. They are a lot easier than handstands and a lot easier than forearm stands. So when you are practicing something that is a lot easier than, say, a really hard skill like a handstand, you have the opportunity to truly push yourself, to really work with your headstand practice so that then that can better your handstands and forearm stands in the future. The first area of focus is the inversion basics, which is being able to hold a strong headstand line. So that means that you don't have an arch in your back. You should get proficient enough with your straight line in the headstand that you're there confidently squeezing your butt, your core is engaged, you're pointing your toes, your legs are together, and you can chill in that headstand line for at least 30 seconds, no problem. That is a strong headstand line, not just firing your legs up into the air, being there for a couple seconds, falling over and being like, let's do handstands. That's not gonna work well. Another basic shape would be a headstand tuck. I should have probably said the tuck first because the headstand tuck is probably the first shape you will learn, especially if you watch my headstand tutorial video. So learn the headstand tuck, get confident in your line. Get confident in your straddle. The straddle, the tuck, line, and a pike. Get confident in your headstands with those shapes. And then get smooth at transitioning between them. Once you have the basics, then you have something to work with as far as building your endurance goes. So obviously with learning inversions, a big component to being able to hold a long inversion, no matter what it is your endurance. You can be strong enough to do a headstand, handstand, whatever, but if you don't have any endurance in that hold, you're going to quickly lose your good form and fall out of it in a few seconds. Now, endurance is something that is built with time and practice. So headstands, again, are the perfect place to practice building your endurance well upside down. So you can get used to being upside down for a minute plus. And again, you can do this at a way earlier stage than you will ever be able to do a minute plus handstand. So strengthen the basic shapes, strengthen your endurance in your headstands. And then also learn how to do fundamental movements like a press. So you can learn how to do a headstand pike press and a straddle press really thoroughly in a headstand. You can get a full understanding for the movement and what needs to happen in your body, how your core needs to work together, how things change as you go from having your toes on the ground to having them up in that final result of a straight line. Once you have your press, that's when you can truly push yourself. You can start doing upwards of 10 pike presses, and then you can take a break for 30 seconds and then do another 10 pike presses. Because do you see the difference in being able to smash out reps and really push yourself, make yourself sweat, but having a safe place to practice that within, or just trying to make yourself do handstands, falling over, getting pissed off, and giving up. There's really not even a comparison. So what I recommend is really focusing on your headstand practice in these basic areas. And then as your inversion progress, really builds up, and as you get to the point of eventually doing forearm stands and handstands, you can still do all of these headstand drills and really push yourself, give yourself a full inversion workout in your headstands, and then still be working on your handstands, working on the same thing in your handstands and forearm stands, on the basics, on those fundamental shapes, on building endurance, and then eventually pressing. It's all building blocks. It's like all of our teachers used to say to us in math class when we were younger. You need to pay attention. These are building blocks that are going to add up, and if you skip them, you're not going to know how to get to the end result. It's the same thing here, and I see so many people every day trying to muscle their way into handstands and through inversions, and the reality is there's a really clear progression here that if you follow, you're going to make some serious progress, and you're going to do it in a way that's going to be better than trying to skip these steps and speed it up. So if you have any questions about this at all, feel free to comment them below. You can reach out to me on Instagram, where I'm constantly posting inversion photos and tips in my practice, as well as I'm going to be coming out with videos again weekly on Fridays, videos like this and videos that are a bit different, but mostly really just focused around inversions, my love for inversions, and helping you get better at them. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see those future videos, subscribe to my channel. I will see you next week.